Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County. It's September 20th, 2019. Could be 2019, could be 2027, could be fucking any date that they want it to be. All right, guys, and girls. I see there's both females on my comments. That's great, you know. A couple things I want to mention to you. This is why I like doing videos in the morning and not at night, but all day I was busy. I mean, it was like nothing. I couldn't even get 10 or 15 minutes of my own time. All right, I left off yesterday's video with a couple of things to think about. All right, and today is Friday. I hope everybody has a good weekend, all right? We're going to another festival tomorrow. Hopefully one of the last ones. This one's actually pretty nice. But anyway, look, getting off the subject. I was talking about lakes with you, and the interesting thing, I was running in the office. I was in the office on Monday, and I noticed something interesting, and I found it purely accidentally. There's a lake by my office. It's fairly large. My guess is probably 500 acres. That's a pretty big, sized lake. Might even be bigger than that. And when I was zooming in on the office with our GPS to track the other vans, I noticed this lake. Now I had to turn the frame around. You know how you do that with Google, right? To really get a better perspective out of it. But I'll tell you, it looks exactly like a cat. This huge lake has the outline of a cat. You can see its ears, you can see its head, you can see its body. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen before. At some point, I'll paste it and put it maybe on the thumbnail when I get home and I get a chance. But it's just really weird. And then I did some investigation, and I said, hey, let's take a look at Google. Let's see if there's anything in Google that anybody has said anything about lakes. And, of course, I can't really find any information about them. I find that some are man-made, some aren't. Some are made by the supposed glaciers. Remember that? Oh, the Great Lakes were made. Oh, I told everybody that, too. I don't know if that was true. It could be. Who knows? I have no idea. But all I know is everything that you've learned is complete bullshit. And I didn't learn that in school. That's something I found out, that they claim that glaciers came down and stripped off New York City, and that's why it's flat, and that's why they were able to build these skyscrapers and all that shit. They didn't dig that stuff up, Anyway, my point is, I just thought it was bizarre. So I went around the U.S., and I noticed, now this I actually heard about. I was speaking to my friend Johnny in Staten Island, and he brought it up to me too, with the arteries of rivers that are in the U.S. And they do, I'll tell you, they do resemble veins, and a heart in a way. I've seen that, and I think I've spoken about it. I'm not sure, but I have spoken about all of these lakes being connected somehow or another. Below us, and it's weird, to think about, and it's something definitely to think about over the weekend. What are these lakes? Where did they come from? Were these ancient animals that died and somehow or another created a lake? I mean, really, who knows? Who knows? All I know is lakes scared the shit out of me swimming in them. Okay, that's one thing I do know. When I'm fishing and it's really hot in a July day, and I only will jump out in the middle of a lake. I'm not going on the shoreline. Fuck that. All that algae and shit. God knows, turtles, fucking snakes. I can't go below more than like 5 feet. I don't know what the hell's down there. You can't see shit. It's mucky. Something bumps into you. It's probably a fish or nothing. But I mean, it's just lake water. No, sorry, I don't like that. If it's 4 feet deep, yeah, I'll walk around in it. But no, I prefer the ocean. I want to see what the fuck I'm swimming in. I'm a pool guy too. So the astronomers, what I was also getting into yesterday, have no definitive proof of any size of any fucking planet. It's all speculation. Just like everything that you've learned in science class at school, in college, in high school, every single fucking thing is all speculation. They don't have any proof of dick. Dick, that's what they have proof of. Absolutely nothing. And they go out and they make these fucking books and they sell it to our children. If you're telling your children you live in a solar system, you're lying to your child, okay? You are lying to your child. Say, well, you're lying to them if it's a flat earth, and you tell them about flat earth. We have perspective. We know it's flat. We know we're not moving. We know we're not in a solar system. We know that fucking sun is local, okay? It is local. That thing, I don't know how far away it is. 100 miles, 200 miles. Who the fuck knows? Is it in the dome? I don't think so. I used to think it might have been in the dome. You know, inside, maybe with an outside light, and it goes through. I don't, but that's weird too. I mean, it keeps pointing toward a simulation somehow or another. And I know it's scary. So what are you saying? Are you saying we live in a game box, you know, something like that? Yeah, other people have spoken about it too. You know, round world, you know, circle world, flat, in a pizza box. I've heard that a million times too. And makes sense, you know, with a dome over it. Where is the dome? Is the dome over us? Or is it over the box, the pizza box? You know, really, these are things to think about. These are things to ponder. You know, but the one thing we need to do is these assholes that are going down to Area 51, you're not going to find anything. It's shit. There's nothing down there. If there's anything down there, there's technology that they found from an ancient civilization previous to us. That's the only thing that's down there. How the fuck did they come up with the internet? You know, really? Really? Come on. All right? How did they come out with all these things so quickly in such a short period of time? Did they always have this technology and they're just letting it out now? I don't know. All I know is 20 years ago, if I was to show you this cell phone, this smartphone, you would have thought it came out of Star Trek, okay? Because we had nothing 20 years ago. We had piece of shit flip phones that wouldn't even go more than, 15... don't even get me started with this shit, okay? The technology has soared in the last 20 years to a point where I'm beginning to question that. You know, I'm beginning to question, where is all of this technology coming from that they're coming out with? They can't seem to perfect it, but the one thing we're really good at doing is reverse engineering. That's something we're excellent at doing, and that's taking apart things when they're already been put together. Why does it take them such a long time to put together the railroad? I don't understand that. I mean, we built the railroad, didn't we? Why does it take them such a long time to repair something? I see it all the time. I went to the city the other day. I was down at Madison Avenue, and the Harlem line's right there, you know, and they're working on it. Yeah, but they've been working on it for such a long time now. I don't know, man. I don't know. A lot of this technology that we have here is definitely from previous ancient civilizations that have lived on this flat, stationary plane. Okay, that's it, bottom line. They're digging this shit up, they're finding stuff, they're cordoning it off so we can't go to it, or see it, or anything like that. What's under the pyramids? You know, really, what's inside the pyramids? They do these documentaries once in a while, and they get that wacko from Spain, you know, he claims he's the UFO guy. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about. And they show you clips here and there of chambers and all that stuff. What's underneath the pyramid? That's what I would like to... You're telling me all these fucking years, no one's dug a hole and got underneath these fucking pyramids and checked it out? Nah, why would we do that? You see, all of this shit, all of it. There's just so much to talk about, you know? It's hard to believe there quite possibly could have been giants here. And I've mentioned, you know, Devil's Tower. You know, that definitely is a tree stump. I'm telling you, that is a petrified tree stump. That's all that is. And there's a lot more. Look it up. There are a lot more around on Google, around so many areas. You know, I mean, just look it up. It's there. You can see it. I mean, something that's not created from a volcano. I'm sorry, it's not. I thank you for subbing. I thank you for viewing my videos. And let me be a part of your life.